Okay, so in the world of tech, we see rivalries all the time. But the fight between Elon Musk and OpenAI, well, that's a whole different level. This isn't just about who makes a better product. No, this is a knockdown, drag-out battle for the future of intelligence itself.
And that quote really nails it, doesn't it? This whole thing is deeply personal, it's philosophical, and it's all playing out right at the edge of a technology that could literally reshape our entire world.
So you have to ask, how did we get here? How did a group of allies, who were supposedly on the same team, end up as bitter rivals? To get that, we've got to go back, way back to the very beginning.
Yeah, let's rewind the clock to 2015. The mission then was, honestly, incredibly ambitious, and looking back on it now, maybe even a little idealistic.
So picture this. The whole idea was to create a nonprofit to keep this super powerful AI technology open and safe for everyone, to stop some giant corporation from owning the future. But that unity didn't last. In just 3 years, a huge crack appeared in the foundation.
And that brings us to the big question, right? Why would a founder, Elon Musk of all people, just walk away from what was already becoming the most important AI lab on the planet?
Now, at the time, the official line was about a potential conflict of interest with what he was doing over at Tesla. And, on the surface, that kind of makes sense.
But pretty quickly, it became obvious that there was way more going on under the surface. This was about deep, fundamental disagreements over the very purpose of AI. This was never just about business.
And when you look at the list, you can see why. From Musk's perspective, the company was just torching its original mission. The nonprofit structure? Gone. Replaced by a for-profit model. The commitment to openness? Nope, they started closing off their models. And then they got into bed with a massive corporation, Microsoft. It was a total break from the original vision.
So, these disagreements, they didn't just stay behind closed doors. Oh no, they set the stage for all-out war. And in 2023, Musk jumped back onto the battlefield by launching his own company, xAI. And the easiest place to see this fight is with the chatbots. It's like their entire philosophies are baked right in. You've got Grok, which is sarcastic, unfiltered, and plugged directly into the chaos of social media. And then you've got ChatGPT, the polished, professional powerhouse built for the corporate world. It's the rebel versus the incumbent. But look, the chatbots, they're really just the tip of the iceberg. The real war is happening behind the scenes. It's a fight for raw computing power. Whoever has the most GPUs, the most infrastructure, likely controls where all of this is heading.
And this is really a battle of resources. OpenAI got a massive head start because of its partnership with Microsoft. We're talking access to a global supercomputer. Meanwhile, xAI is in a mad dash, a frantic race to build its own fleet of computers from scratch.
And just when you think it couldn't get any more dramatic, the fight spilled out of the data centers and into the courtroom. I mean, think about it. A co-founder is now suing the very company he helped create. It's wild. And let's be clear, this lawsuit isn't really about money. It's a public showdown over the soul of OpenAI. Musk is basically putting the company on trial, asking if it has betrayed its founding promise to humanity.
So we've got the chatbot war, the compute war, the legal war, but underneath it all, both of these sides are racing toward the same, almost unimaginable finish line.
And this is it, the true endgame, AGI, Artificial General Intelligence. We are not talking about a better chatbot here. We're talking about a technology that could solve diseases, redesign economies, and fundamentally change what it means to be human.
Just think about it for a second. The first to build AGI would have an almost godlike influence over everything. Science, medicine, the economy, you name it. The stakes, well, they just couldn't be any higher.
So that brings us to the ultimate question. In this insane clash of titans, who actually has the upper hand right now?
Let's do a little tail of the tape here. OpenAI clearly has the lead in infrastructure and the corporate market. They're established. But xAI has a secret weapon. Musk's entire ecosystem, the data from Tesla, the real-time fire hose of information from X. That's a huge, unique advantage.
So you see, this is way more than just two companies trying to make money. The winner of this fight could very well decide the rules for AI for all of us. How open should it be? How fast should we move? These are the questions they're fighting over. And that brings us right back to the question that started this whole mess. It was the core of OpenAI's original mission, and it was the reason for the split. As these two giants battle for control of the future, who's looking out for the rest of us? Who's making sure that this unbelievable technology actually benefits all of humanity?
That's the real question, and it's one we're all going to have to face.